Happy New Year. It's January 1st, 2026. While the world was watching the ball drop, the House Judiciary Committee dropped a bombshell: the full transcript and video of Jack Smith's 8-hour closed-door deposition. According to AP News, Smith told lawmakers the January 6th riot simply does not happen without Donald Trump. But as Fox News points out, Smith also admitted that star witness Cassidy Hutchinson's most explosive claims were secondhand hearsay. I'm Thomas Hale, and today we're going to pivot past the headlines.
Thomas, let's be clear. CNN reports that Smith was unequivocal. The basis for his charges rested entirely on the president's actions. He said he developed proof beyond a reasonable doubt that a criminal scheme existed to overturn an election. This isn't hearsay. It's a veteran prosecutor laying out what he believes to be the death of a democracy.
It's the death of due process, Kaylee. According to Newsmax, investigative journalist Julie Kelly says Smith's narrative is collapsing. He even admitted to the committee that he would have moved to block Hutchinson's testimony because it was inadmissible hearsay. This wasn't a search for truth. It was a $35 million political hatchet job.
A hatchet job? BBC notes that Smith volunteered for a public hearing to defend his work, but Republicans insisted on holding it behind closed doors. What were they afraid the American people would see?
They were protecting the record. Fox News reports that Smith's team subpoenaed the phone records of Republican lawmakers, claiming there was a grave risk of obstruction of justice. Yet he didn't tell the judges the records belonged to members of Congress. That's a terrifying overreach of executive power.
It's called evidence, Reagan. Smith told the committee those phone records were vital because they showed the president ignored the violence at the Capitol while contacting allies to delay the proceedings. As MSNBC reported, Smith became emotional when describing the career FBI agents and prosecutors who've been vilified and fired just for doing their jobs.
Emotional? How about the people whose lives were upended by a prosecutor who the Supreme Court found had a narrowed case because he ignored presidential immunity? Even Axios notes that many of these cases were built on a house of cards that couldn't withstand re-election.
Stop. Both of you. We're spiraling into the same binary we've lived in for 5 years. Kaylee, you're citing reasonable doubt from a case that will never reach a courtroom. Reagan, you're citing prosecutorial malpractice for an investigation that followed DOJ policy. Let's pivot. The real story isn't Jack Smith's feelings or Donald Trump's intent. The real story is the evaporation of institutional trust. According to the American Conservative, the Justice Department is now viewed as just another weapon in the partisan arsenal. We are arguing about the man, but we should be terrified of the machine.
It's true, Thomas. The culture of the DOJ is at risk. Smith said himself, when you lose that culture, you lose a lot.
And you lose it when people believe the law only applies to one side. Fox News comment sections are flooded with viewers who think this was political theater, not a legal proceeding.
Exactly. We have a system where a prosecutor believes he has proof beyond a reasonable doubt. Yet millions believe he's a criminal himself. That is a failed state of mind. We spent New Year's Eve poring over a 255-page transcript, searching for a gotcha moment. But the most haunting part wasn't the evidence against a president. It was Smith's description of the career civil servants caught in the crossfire of our political war. Whether you see Jack Smith as a hero or a villain, we have to admit we've broken the scale. If the law is only justice when your side wins, then it isn't law at all. It's a scoreline. The solution isn't more subpoenas or more immunity. It's a return to the idea that our institutions must be protected from everyone, including the people we like. Let's make 2026 the year we value the process more than the prize. I'm Thomas Hale. We'll see you next time on the Daily Pivot. Subscribe.